Milwaukee Brewers lineup, a look that is a little bit different from a year ago. Some new faces mixed in there with some familiar names.
And no question, they lost Grandal, lost Moustakas, but in the middle of that lineup, Keston Hiura just in smoke, as you see Christian Yelich spotting right there at that second spot, Lorenzo Cain down at the bottom. But they do have some new faces.
For you, Darvish, who made 31 starts a year ago, EK.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough act to follow. Kyle Hendricks threw a complete game.
On the ground towards the right side. And a good play by the first baseman and Gold Glover Anthony Rizzo, flipping to Darvish for the first out. 2-1. Hit sharply into left field for a base hit. And Keston Hiura has the first Milwaukee hit of the season by someone not named Orlando Arcia. 1-2. Rope towards center field, and that gets down in front of Ian Happ for a base hit. Hiura stops at second. 2 on and 2 out. Moak at first. Another 2-2. Got him. That arm side run from Yu Darvish gets Avisail Garcia out. The Cubs are coming up in the bottom of the first. Cubs coming to bat in the bottom of the first of a scoreless game. They set a franchise record in home runs last year, and in game one last night, Anthony Rizzo and Ian Happ with a couple of shots against Milwaukee pitching. Haps came in the third, and that ended up being the deciding blow. Corbin Burns getting another opportunity in the rotation, EK.
Yeah, Adam, I tell you, do not look at those numbers. Do not look at the ERA.
1-2 to Bryant. Waves and misses, and there's a strikeout for Burns on the slider. He swings on 3-0.
Lost in the white shirts. Ooh.
Oof. And came inside. Baez with a little bit of a stare. CB Buckner and Omar Narvaez kind of buffering. Chance for Schwarber and a 1-2. Good pitch on the outside corner from Burns. 2-2. He pulls it over the shortstop, Arcia. Quick throw from Gamble. Here comes Rizzo. Play at the plate, and the Cubs take the lead in the first. RBI from Wilson Contreras on 2 strikes. Hayward on the ground towards first, gloved by Smoke. And that'll do it for the Cubs in the first. But a Contreras RBI has the Cubs in front through 1. More home runs hit than any season ever last year. High. 2-1. Hard hit into left field, and Schwarber unable to corral it cleanly. A chance for Cain to get extra bases, and he'll cruise into second with a 1-out double. 1-2. On the ground towards the shortstop, gloved by Baez, and they've got Cain in a rundown. Bryant, the toss back. Kipnis. Got Baez again. Gamble is stuck at second base now, and the Cubs will not get a single out on that play, and that is very surprising considering the defensive prowess on that infield. Arcia pops it up. 97 on that Darvish offering. Infield fly rule in effect as Kipnis makes the play anyway. Trying to cash in to tie the game in the second. 1-2. Sogard towards center field. Happ coming on. Here comes Cain, and he will score to tie the game. 2 strikes on Yelich. On the ground towards second for Kipnis. And they'll retire Yelich, who does not have a hit in his first 6 ABs of this young season. But we're tied at 1.
You're walking out, the teammate. I mean, how do you differentiate?
Yeah, I think
payoff pitch. And he gets him swinging. 2 down. This season he's on deck if Happ gets aboard. To Bryant from Corbin Burns. Sky high on the infield. Wants it. It'll be Sogard to close out a scoreless second. 2 innings through in Chicago. Hiura, Smoke, and Garcia coming.
Or sit up.
Check swing. John Tumpain says that he went around. Lie and watch a game in 2020. 1-2 pitch and a beautiful off-speed delivery. Here's his 2-2. And Garcia chased it out of the zone. Yu Darvish strikes out the side. And now Javier Baez will come up to the plate. In the Cubs half of the third, we're tied at 1 in Wrigley. Rizzo went chasing that one out of the zone. That was 95. That was tough. 2-2. And Baez chased again. EK, you had a chance to strike out the side in a perfect third. 3-2. Back to that. Nice slider outside, swing and a miss. He strikes out the side, does Corbin Burns, just as Darvish did in the top of the inning. We're tied. The reason they're discussing things is because during that last break, it's got a little bit heated as some Cubs players were outside of the dugout screaming to the other side. Christian Yelich at one point jumped the dugout and started to just amble his way towards the field. Obviously, we see this under normal circumstances as well, but it's a little bit more amplified when there are no fans. Narvaez leading off the fourth, and he'll get hit by Darvish trying to get out of the way, and he'll take first base.
You know, he looked like he had too much adrenaline a little early on.
As Kane puts one towards the gap, cut off by the center fielder Happ. That'll keep Narvaez at second. There's a 1-0 to Gamble. Off the glove of Caratini on a very high pitch, and both Narvaez and Kane can cruise up 90 feet.
Oh, gosh.
Gamble hammers one, well struck, and that will get into the gap to score two. The Brewers will take a 3-1 lead. Gamble racing around second. He's gunning for a triple, and he's got it. Bunt shown. Arcia puts it down at the line at first. Almost like a safety squeeze type of play, but Gamble is going to read it right.
You talk about players.
Well, bouncer back to Darvish. He'll look Gamble back to the bag and gets a big second out. One strike offering. Yelich muscling it towards right. Hayward is there, and that'll do it for the Brewers in the fourth. But Ben Gamble stepping up in his first start as a Milwaukee Brewer. He's got his first triple as a Brewer. Drives in a pair. Narvaez and Kane score, and the Brewers have the lead through 3.5. Schwarber in the third. Hayward puts it on the ground, punching it over to Hira. Caratini puts it on the ground. It's a fair ball down the line past the diving Smoke. A weird carom picked up by Garcia, but good enough to hold Caratini to a one-out single. To check on Corbin Burns as he has tossed his 75th pitch, and indeed it is his final one of the day. Looks like Brent Suter will come on with the lefty-lefty matchup. He'll have to face at least 3 batters or finish the inning. And first appearance for Brent Suter out of the Milwaukee bullpen. Slider, really good stuff. Kipnis with a little flare down the right field line, a fair ball. On his way to third, Caratini. And he will hold up there as Kipnis slides into second with a double. Came back last September. Bouncing ball to the left side. Here's a throw home, and they've got Caratini in another rundown. And he'll be out. Kipnis will take third. Staying at first base is Happ. He was unable to get further than about a quarter of the way up the line. Kicking the pitch. Bryant rolls over one, and an easy play for Hira. Good pick at first base by Smoke, and the Brewers prevent the Cubs from scoring.
Got a live arm. No question
live.
about that.
1-1 back to Underwood. Good snare. Toss to Rizzo to get Hira out. One away.
Okay. And I understand some other guys will get some time, but
Justin Smoke sends one deep to right field.
that's gone, huh?
That's gone. Man, it is interesting to try to tell where these balls are going, and Justin Smoke connects and rudely greets Dwayne Underwood in his first inning of the season. It is way higher than what it was a year ago, so that basically gives you one of the now 4 Milwaukee runs in this game. That one came inside on him.
Hit him, right?
On the ground towards short, grabbed by Baez. As if Baez and Kane haven't already been interconnected in this game. And up halfway through. There's a 2-2. So again fouls it, pops it off to the left. This time keeps it in play for Gamble in Major League Baseball this season. Baez shoots one through the hole and into right center for a base hit. To the World Series.
Correct. Yep.
Kyle Schwarber drills one way back. That one is a no-doubter, and this is a one-run game.
See, that's the thing with Suter. I mean, it's as good as anybody.
1-2, and Contreras goes down swinging. Of winning it a few years ago. 2-2 to Hayward, sharply hit on the right side, but Smoke is there. That'll do it for the Cubs. Schwarber ties it with gets him to within one with the home run through 5. Now let's take a look at the trailer of The Fugitive, starring Kiefer Sutherland and Boyd Holbrook, coming this August on Quibi. To try to keep this game where it's at.
Fill those roles, getting the ball to Craig Kimbrell.
Gamble pops it up. Baez has to battle the sun. 1-2 on the number 9 hitter for the Brewers. And Arcia looks like he went around. It's a strikeout and 2 down.
There, and you hope for some development with Keston here.
There's the 1-2. Yelich puts it in the air. Deep. Happ looking up, turning around, and watching it go.
Man, he absolutely gets a hold of that.
Oof, that sound.
Right?
Maybe a little more amplified without the fans, huh? Wick thought he had here on a curveball. He'll try it again on 2-2, and this time he'll get the number 3 hitter. But big Christian Yelich, the MVP 2 years ago, 44 home runs last season. What slump? Forget about summer camp. He puts it out of here.
Right-handers have had some good swings against him. Right-handers just
34 bombs for Encarnacion last year between the Mariners and Yankees. Boy, Brent Suter locked and loaded in that inning. Couple of strikeouts, looking a perfect 6th. Your Saturday of baseball on opening weekend. Justin Smoke, first pitch against James Norwood. Pops it up. Caratini is there, and he's got it. Twice against Yu Darvish, who went 4 innings, and then against Underwood, who Championship Series, World Series is normal. 3-2 is laced into right field for a base hit, and Garcia is aboard for the first time today. And the guy who could give it to is Orlando Arcia, who's the only one who got on base with a hit last night. Narvaez cranks one deep right center field. Hayward ranging back. Happ is there. He slides but can't get it. Around third, Garcia. He's on his way home, and he'll score on an RBI double from Narvaez. It's 7-3. Who had a lot of those early in the season, and the Athletics had more. Kane muscles one into left field. Here comes Narvaez. The throw from Schwarber, and it will be cut off as the Brewers extend the lead even further. An RBI from Lorenzo Kane.
The end of the 3rd inning, after Contreras struck out.
Cut off by Rizzo. He'll get the out at second for 1. Norwood covering. That's a double play. Well done to close out the inning, but a little insurance added. 2 more runs across from Narvaez and Kane. Solidified. He's got a lot of pieces to play with again. Bryant reaches down to send one to deep right field, but playable for Avi Garcia. 3-1. Rizzo will draw a 1-out walk as we check in with Kevin Burkhardt for a game break. Baez shoots one on the ground through the right side. Base hit. Rizzo will stop at second. 2 men aboard for the Cubs, trying to get something going with 1 out.
I don't care about personal opinions here, right?
Oh, of course not.
I'm just kidding. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, like, what are things worth now, and is it, you know?
Ooh, he came inside, and that cannot make Contreras feel good, considering that he. Hayward goes down swinging. Well, for some of you in California, we'll take you out to the start of Giants-Dodgers in a few moments. That game also available on FS1. Both our games on the Fox Sports app. From Tennessee, 32 years of age, former first-round pick by the Rockies. But he pitched earlier this week. Hasn't really built up just yet. While washing dishes at his home. There's a 2-1 to Yelich. Back up the middle. What a diving stab that was by Kipnis. Or beg your pardon, Bryant.
A little Jerry Coleman.
Little Jerry Coleman for you right there. San Diego. For the University of San Diego product.
There you go.
And he got him with a breaking ball. Runner stranded in scoring position. Bottom of the order coming up for the Cubs in the 8th. Split his now and Josh Hader probably. Got to lock it down to the back end. Little tapper. On the bag, the step, the throw, double play.
Need to get, because that's where that number is now, but it's going to change.
Loop towards the right field corner, but Garcia is there to retire Ian Happ and retire the side in the Cubs' 8th to the 9th. Everybody that's part of this season, we're thankful to do it. It ain't what we're used to. It ain't going to sound the same. 4th year at the big league level. And a good tight slider to get Smoke swinging. 3-1 to Garcia. In the air to right. Playable for Hayward. They announced a few days before the season began that Anderson would go to IL. Narvaez pulls one into the hole, and that'll do it for the Brew Crew in the top of the 9th inning. 3 outs away from evening up this 3-game series. Top of the order coming up for the Cubs. Yes. That Abbott and Costello play that he had Brewers, you would think, get deeper into the playoffs. Good play by Arcia. Bouncer in there to first, but Smoke makes the play to retire Bryant. 0-2 on Rizzo. And he finally goes down. That was the 31st pitch. Baez punches it on the ground to first. Smoke is there. And the Milwaukee Brewers even up this opening weekend series at a game apiece with an 8-3 Saturday win.